Drawing this sunset illustration in Procreate is easier than you think, and I will show you step by step how you can do it, even if you're a beginner in digital art. Before you start, make sure to download the color palette and that you have all of my free brushes. Link is in the description. And if you enjoyed this tutorial and would like to get more step-by-step tutorials like this, make sure to check out my Patreon. I add their new video every week. Link is in the description. And with all that being said, grab your drawing tools, relax, and let's start. Let's make a new canvas, A4 canvas from Procreate. And first we can color the background, the sky. Let's take the first color, color number 1. And here we can use the selection tool to do it easily and quickly. So let's take it over here. At the bottom let's pick rectangle and turn on color fill. So now we can select here rectangle like this. Let go, and this is filled with the color. Let's tap here to finish this, and we can take another color. Let's take color number 2. Take the selection tool and now select the rectangle under the first one, somewhere over here. Make sure that those two colors here will be overlapping. Tap here to finish this, and now we can take next color, color number 3. Let's take the selection tool again and select the rectangle somewhere over here. Tap here to finish. Let's take another color, color number 4. Take the selection tool. Let's keep going down. Okay, next color, color number 5. Take the selection tool. Select the rectangle like this. Now color number 6, I have to rename this. This is color number 6. Let's take the selection. Now we can select maybe like that. Tap here to finish this. And the last color, color number 7, we can just drag and drop it in here. Okay, and now we are going to blur this. So let's go to the adjustments and take Gaussian blur. Swipe your pencil on the screen to the blur size. And let's make it 50%. Tap here to finish this. And the sky is finished. We can now add here some clouds. For this we are going to make a new layer. So let's tap here on this plus. And let's take the color for the clouds. Take color number 8. And now we can pick a brush. So let's go over here. Let's go to my siakulaart special brushes. And we can take here this one, paint. Let's make the brush size about 25. And very loosely we can just draw some kind of shapes like this, representing some clouds. We are going to smudge this in a second, so this doesn't have to be very precise. Let's just add here some color, like that. Okay, and now maybe let's make the brush size smaller, 12%, and somewhere lower we can draw here some lines, like that. Okay, I think this will be enough. So now let's smudge this. Let's take the smudge tool, let's tap on it again, and we are going to set it to watery brush from my siakulaart special brushes. Let's start with the small size, about 6%, and we can smudge the clouds at the bottom. Let's smudge them like that, so just swipe them to the left and right at an angle like this. You can leave some spots that will not be very smudged. Okay, like this will be enough. And for the top clouds, we can make the brush size bigger, maybe 15. And we can smudge them way more, make here like a big fluffy cloud. Okay, for me this is enough. Now I would like to set these layers overlay. So let's open the layers. Let's tap here and pick here overlay. This way those clouds will have a little bit different color depending what's underneath them. Okay, now let's draw the sun. Let's make a new layer for this. And we are going to put the sun under the clouds. So let's move this layer over here. Let's take the color for this. Take color number 9. And let's change the brush. Let's go now to calligraphy and take monoline brush with the brush size 20. Somewhere over here we can draw a circle. So draw it like that. Hold your pencil on the screen and now put your finger here to make this a perfect circle. We can tap here and we can move it. Let's try to put it more or less in the middle of the canvas. Okay, and when you finish, tap with your finger on the screen. Let's color this inside. So drag and drop this color into the shape. And you can hold your pencil on the screen and now swipe it to the left or right to adjust the color drop threshold. Let's make it a high number. Now we can add here an adjustment to make it shine. Let's go to the adjustments and take bloom. Swipe your pencil on the screen to the bloom size. And then at the bottom you can change the other settings. So you can play with this and make the settings as you like. I like it like that. So my bloom size is 32, transition 80, size 50 and burn 75. Let's tap here to finish this. And now we can draw some trees at the top. For this we are going to make a new layer on top of the clouds. So let's tap here and now tap on the plus to make a new layer. Let's pick the color. Take color number 10. And let's change the brush. Let's go back to my siakulaart special brushes. And now we can take here this one, leaves. Let's make the brush size about 14. And we can just add here some leaves at the top corner, like that. And now maybe one somewhere over here on the side. You can also make the brush size smaller now to draw some smaller leaves. I will make size 8 and just add a few over here like that and also over here. If you are interested in adding here some kind of different leaf shapes, I have a full brush set called Landscape. And I have there many different shapes for the leaves. Let me show you quickly. Like that. So here you can use different leaves and create here a little bit different design. Same for the bushes. And there are many other different categories in this brush set. So if you're interested in it, I will leave the link to this in the description of this video. And I will also add their special discount coupon for $5. Okay, so let's go back to our drawing and now we can add the bushes. So let's go to siakulaart special brushes and we can take here this one, bush. Let's make the brush size 19 and just add here some kind of random shape at the bottom. You can use your stamping motion or just go like that. Let's make the brush size a bit smaller now, maybe 11, and we can add some smaller leaves here at the top edge. And right away we can add here some lighter leaves. Let's change the color. Take color number 11. Let's make the brush size maybe now 13 and just stamp it here a few times on top of this. Okay. And now let's bring back the darker color. So let's take the darker color again. Color number 10. And again now stamp here a few times. So those colors here will mix nicely. Okay, let's add here some small flowers on this bush. For this we are going to make a new layer. We are going to change the color. Let's take color number 12. And now let's change the brush. We are still in my siakulaart special brushes and we can take here this one, flowers. Let's make the brush size 25. And just stamp here some small flowers like that. And now let's take a small break and I would like to ask you to write a comment, I can draw this. It would mean a lot to me, I would know that you enjoyed this video and I could see who is watching me. So thank you for doing that. And now let's go back to drawing. So let's keep stamping this. If you want, you can also pick another color here. But I think those purple flowers are perfect for this illustration. Okay, so now maybe we can add here some shadow and light on those flowers to make them look nicer. So to do it easily and quickly, we are just going to simply duplicate this layer. Let's open the layers. Let's duplicate it. So swipe on it to the left and pick duplicate. And we can change the blending mode of this one to multiply. So let's tap here and pick multiply. We're going to set this layer as clipping mask. So let's tap here and pick clipping mask. So this means that whatever is on this layer is visible only on the shapes that are on the layer underneath. And now we can move this down a little bit. So let's take the arrow tool. I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. And we can just move it down here like that. So now we have here a little bit of shadow on those flowers. Let's just move it down maybe and to the right, just like that. Okay. Now we can tap here to finish this. And we're going to do the same to add here lights. We can duplicate now this multiply layer. So let's swipe on it to the left and pick duplicate. And we can change the top one to add. So like that. And now we have to move it in the opposite direction that we move the shadows. So let's take the arrow tool again. And we can move it over here now to the top. Like that. Let's tap here to finish this. And now you can see the difference with those elements and without them, simply by just tapping here on those little ticks. I think it looks better with them, but maybe we can adjust the opacity of them. So for the lights, I'll make it a little bit less, maybe around 83. And for the shadows, let's also make it around 86% maybe. And now I think this looks very nice. We can now add here some buildings in the background. Let's make a new layer for this. And we can put it behind our bushes over here. Let's take the color for them. Take color number 13. And over here we can use another brush from my siakulaart special brushes. Let's take this one, Buildings 1. With the brush size 32, we can just stamp here some buildings like that. Okay, and now we can mix in here some smaller buildings. So let's change the brush and take Buildings 2. My brush size here will be 27, and we can add them here like that. You can also add them over here on the other ones to create your nice skyline. Okay, now we can add here some lights in those buildings. So for this, let's make a new layer. And we want to have this layer set as clipping mask. So the lights will be only on the buildings. We can change the blending mode of this to add. And let's change the color. Let's take here color number 9. And we can change the brush. Let's take here Windows 1 from my siakulaart special brush set. With the brush size maybe 11, we can just add them here like that. And I think this will be enough. You don't have to add them everywhere. Okay, so now we can maybe add here some birds. Let's make a new layer for this. Let's change the color. For the birds, we can take color number 14. And let's change the brush. Let's take here birds. Over here from my siakulaart special brushes. With the brush size 45, we can just stamp them over here like that. And now maybe smaller brush size, 32, we can add some more over here. Now let's draw our final elements, which are lights. For this we can make a new layer on top of everything. Let's change the color. Take color number 15. And let's change the brush. Let's go to calligraphy and take monoline brush. For the lights that will be in the back, we can use the brush size 11. And let's just draw here one line, one arc going like that. Hold your pencil on the screen to make this a nice arc. And now you can tap here and still edit the points if you want to. Okay. When you finish, tap with your finger on the screen. Now we can add another line, maybe now going this way. Okay. And now let's add here some lights. So let's make a new layer for this. We can change the color. Take color number 16. Maybe right away we can set this layer as add. So those lights right away will be visible better. And let's pick the brush. Now we can go here to my siakulaart freebies brushes and take here this one, dots 1. If you don't have this dots 1 in the set, you can just take the dots and duplicate it. Now tap here, and in the stroke path you can change the spacing and then tap on done. Okay, I'm going to delete this and I'll take dots 1. So here maybe we can make the brush size 5. And let's try to draw here an arc that will go in the same way as the arcs. You can tap here to edit this. And now just edit it so it will match that line. And if you have problems with making it exactly as the line, you can just finish this. So tap with your finger on the screen. And we can just erase here those few that are not matching. So let's take the eraser. We can set it to calligraphy monoline brush, make it 100%, erase the ones that are not matching, and just draw them here again in the shorter distance. It will be easier this way. Okay, let's add them now also on this line. Okay, and now we can make them shine a little bit more. Here we can just simply add some Gaussian blur. So let's go to the adjustments, take Gaussian blur, swipe your pencil on the screen to add a blur size, and maybe we can make it here 6%. Tap here to finish this, and now we can add here one bigger line with the lights that is closer to us. So for this we can make a new layer on top. Let's change the color, take color number 17. Let's go back here to the monoline brush. So calligraphy and monoline brush. We can make the brush size bigger now, 20%. So this line will be closer to us. Let's draw it like that over here. And now on this line we can draw some small shapes like that the lights will be on. So let's do it like that. Try to draw them in the same distance from each other. And here, if you can see, because of the tree, we can just turn off this layer for a second. So you see I drew this not so nicely. I'm going to undo this. Now turn off the trees and add here this line. Okay, and now let's add here the lights. So let's make a new layer on top. We can change the color. Let's take color number 18. Let's go back to the dots brush. So siakulaart freebies, and we can take dots 1. Let's make this brush size bigger now. Maybe about 10–11%. Okay, and stamp here a dot right under each line. Okay, now we can change the blending mode of this layer. Let's set it to add. And now we can make this look better by duplicating this layer, taking the layer underneath and changing it back to normal. And for this layer we can add here the bloom effect. So let's go to the adjustments and take bloom. And let's swipe your pencil on the screen to add the bloom size, and then at the bottom we can change the other settings. I want to have here this little orange tint around the light bulb. Okay, I like these settings. So my bloom size is 57, transition 64, size 27, and burn 34. Let's tap here to finish this. And we can add here the same effect to this top layer. So let's take it. Now go to the adjustments and take bloom. And let's do it very lightly. Okay, I like it this way. So my bloom size is 22, transition 80, size 24, and burn 31. Let's tap here to finish this. And we can bring back our trees and the bushes over here. And this illustration is finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you can share it with me on Instagram. I would love to see it. And if you'd like to draw more of me, don't forget to check out my Patreon. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!